All right, another edition of Grindhouse Purgatory. We're going for our, still doing the Halloween thing. I know you people won't see these videos till probably 2022, for all I fucking know. But I said I was going to do 60. I'm going to do 60. And, okay, we're up to 46 through 50. So, without further ado, number 46 is The Undertaker and His Pals, released on a triple bill called Death Dimension, Spend the Night in the Grave, with Ted B. Michaels, the Corpse Grinders, this film, and it was either the Embalmer or the Worm Eaters. Actually, this film plays out as a comedy. It's a gore comedy, but Ted actually edited it out, some of the more extreme fucking scenes. Unbeknownst to a lot of you, and Ted was really not into extreme gore. Most of the stuff he did, he felt was tongue-in-cheek, and strangely enough, the interview he was supposed to do for Fangoria, I got for Grindhouse Purgatory because he goes, Fangoria, I don't do gore. Go figure. All right, being that we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and even though it's still Halloween, how about the sequel to King Kong, Son of Kong, with pretty much the same cast? Well, not the same cast. You got the, Frank Riker as the captain. You got the cook, you got Robert Armstrong, and Helen Mack was in. Victor Wong was the cook. Interesting. This plays more of a sympathetic Kong instead of a rampaging Kong, and it looks like the dinosaurs, the ones that are in this thing, look a little bit, better than the ones in the original Kong. Not that I'm knocking the original Kong, but this is sort of like a cool sequel. It just ends on a real sour note where basically little Kong saves the guy by, the whole island sinking into the water. He's holding them up in his fist and they pull him away. So that's 47. 48, City of the Dead, a.k.a. Horror Hotel with Christopher Lee. This was all over the newspapers when I was a kid, all these horrible fucking nasty faces, and it said Horror Hotel, just ring for doom service. Actually, it's a really fucking cool, atmospheric and creepy thing about witches burned at the stake that come back and have to sacrifice somebody on two nights of the year. Candlemas Eve is one of them, and whatever the fuck, I forget the one. But it's really cool, it's really well shot. It was shot by... Damn, I'm getting senile and old and stoned here, but, that's me. John Moxey, who also did another favorite film of mine, Circus of Fear. So that's film number 48. Number 49 is the Irwin Allen remake of The Lost World. The only good thing about this DVD set is that you actually get... show it on they don't even show it on the back. You get the original Lost World, the silent version. From what I understand, this was supposed to be stop motion, but then they cheaped out, so they just grabbed an alligator and a couple of iguanas and glued fucking fins to them, which would tend to piss them off anyway, and watch them fight. So, it's Fernando Lamas, David Hedison, and some other people. It's okay. I thought it was really hot shit when I was a kid, but then, what do you know when you're, 12 years old? So that was it. And film number 50 to top it off, The Mist. I usually don't like, current stuff. Not that that's current now, but this one really impressed the shit out of me. I mean, it's really good, really true to the book. And the monsters are out there. They're nasty. There's a lot of carnage. And, of course, the Bible-spouting woman catches a bullet between the eyes by the end of the film. So that's fucking cool. So we're up to number 50. We will finish this off in the next two installments. So until then, thanks for subscribing. Stay safe. Well, I think we got to wrap up this Halloween thing. Because even though we're time permitting and things, and I do rely on others to help me with this thing because I'm computer illiterate. I appreciate everything they do for me. We have to be patient. But I figured, we got 11 more to go. Let's just do the 11 now. Plus, I just ate spaghetti and dripped it all over my shirt, so... Okay. One more little... It's always $4.20 at Pete's House. Okay, we're wrapping up our Halloween Film number 51. That beloved family classic, Zombie. When I met Richard Johnson, who was the star of Zombie actually, or one of the stars, he proudly told me that Zombie was running somewhere every day in the world or every minute in the world or something like that. Somewhere someone was broadcasting Zombie. So he was really proud of it too. I mean, it is a classic. It's the film that basically put Fulci on the map and was just released in a wonderful 4K scan. So film number 51, Zombie. Film number 52, The Werewolf Woman, or Legend of the Werewolf Woman, or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't really that impressed with this thing, but you know, you gotta love a werewolf with big furry tits. So that's film number 52. Film number 53 is the lovable mutant bear movie Prophecy, which basically had grizzly bears exposed to toxic waste and becoming huge and basically chowing down on anyone in their sight. This is one of those ecological thrillers because the woman involved, who was this one? Talia Shire, actually, winds up being pregnant and she drank some of the toxic fucking water. Bad shit. Next, we have Deadly Spawn, shot in wonderful New Jersey. Basically, they marketed this as an alien return or something like that, but it was done by Ted A. Bohos in New Jersey. It is really pretty fucking gory. I did see it on a big screen. I think it was a 16 millimeter blow up to a 35. There's a wonderful scene where these creatures are attacking a woman's tea party. They're in salads. They live in basements. Kids get their heads bit off and shit. Really good stuff. Deadly Spawn. You gotta check that one out. Tobe Hooper's second film, Eaten Alive, featuring Neville Brand as a crazy lunatic and foam rubber crocodile. Actually pretty effective when I first saw it. It's atmospheric. It's shot supposedly in the Texas Bayou bordering Louisiana. You have, I think it was, who the hell was it? My God, I'm getting senile. Carolyn Jones in probably her last role as a madam of a whorehouse. Mel Ferrer as a victim. Marilyn Burns as a perennial victim. Stuart Whitman as a cop. Stuart did, like I said before, Stuart did a lot of these, you know, I guess you'd say, you know, to him, grade B horror movies after being a leading man for a while. He sort of stayed with it. And a very early appearance of Robert Englund with his opening line in the film, "My name is Buck and I like to f." That should be on a t-shirt under Freddy Krueger, but that's beside the point. Next film, Frankenfish. I don't know who did this. It might have been a made-for sci-fi TV or whatever, but it's pretty fucked up with this thing rooting around genetically created, what are those damn things they used to call them? Snakefish or snakeheads or something like that basically eat up anything. Oh, they're chowing down at people. Heads are ripped off. There is one great shot where a guy gets flipped into one of those, you know, propeller boats and he gets pureed and goes through the other end. So, yeah, great family entertainment. Frankenfish. Dog growling for some reason. What are you growling at? Shut up. Hey, I'm taping shit here. Yeah, I am. Shut up. Next, we have a very seldom seen film, The Frozen Dead. Hey, ow, go. Beat it. Go. Take this out of here, go. Well, I edited it. It's entertaining, right? The Frozen Dead. I saw this on a double bill with It. This has Dana Andrews as a Nazi scientist who has a freezer full of frozen Nazis. It seems like lately everybody has a freezer full of frozen Nazis. But he severs some girl's head and keeps it alive. And the odd thing is, I saw the film I saw was in black and white, but was actually in color. It was one of those weird things. Like there was another one, that the Vultures and the Deadly Bees, where the vulture was shown in black and white, but was actually in color. Weird, like, I don't know, late 60s type shit. But anyway, this one hasn't shown up anywhere. I don't even know if it's on one of those Warner archives, but it's really weird and creepy. Then it has, you know, has a scene with a bunch of severed arms on the wall, then all of a sudden the arms come alive and strangle people and shit. Next up, 1 million BC, not to be confused with the stop-motion classic 1 million years BC. I mean, This one had Victor Mature and Carol Landis and was, done by Hal Roach, and they pretty much killed fucking lizards. They threw them in fires, watched them bleed, had them fight, glue fins on them and shit, and basically cruelty to animals. But nobody gave a shit back then. But after I just watched this damn thing, I'm like, you're throwing tegus into fire. It's pretty fucked up, but hey, that's the way it was back then. Next film is another classic, The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Charles Laughton. This is it's an old film, but it's really brutal and sadistic. I mean, they're pouring molten lead onto fucking people and shit like that. Lawton's completely out of his mind. His makeup is great. He looks like totally disfigured. Really good film. The strange part about this one, I had to order this from, I don't know, where did I get this fucking thing from? This was from Korea, actually. I can't get it up here, but you see that there's all Korean writing on that. I couldn't find it around here. Weird. You can't get it off Facebook, eBay anymore with that. Anyway. All right. Next film, Monster that Challenged the World. These creepy prehistoric snails are woken up by an earthquake, I believe, and there's some really, they're really cool looking, but there's one scene where it gets a diver's head in between its pinchers and just like squeezes it and crushes his head right in front of you. Really freaked me out when I was a kid. And last but not least, Mountain of the Cannibal God, a.k.a. Slave of the Cannibal God. Oddly, I saw this, I think, was either the Apollo or the Times Square in New York. It was in between the Street Fighter, Slave of the Cannibal God, and Return to the Street Fighter. Really strange booking, but this one actually, it's, who did this one? Oh, Sergio Martino did this one. Actually, it has named stars, Ursula Andress and Stacy Keach in it. And they're hunting down Ursula's missing husband who went to the mysterious Isle of Roku. And you're shown wildlife footage that has no natives indigenous to any island that I know of. Of course, there's even a midget cannibal in this one. I mean, there's the requisite slicing off the brains getting eaten. It's really a creepy, nasty little film there. I believe 2 companies released this damn thing. Blue Underground's got it on Mountain of the Cannibal God, and Code Red, I think, put it out as Slave of the Cannibal God, off a god-awful, I think, 16mm print or something like that, or an old Grindhouse print. For some reason, some of these companies, I mean, if you want to show 2 versions back-to-back, a cleaned-up one and a Grindhouse one, yeah, that's cool. But, when you start marketing films under titles that they ran at a Grindhouse on and showing those prints as opposed to prints that have been cleaned up, I don't get it, but what do I know? I'm 42nd Street Pete. That ends our movies for Halloween, all 61 of them. Hopefully we'll be here next year to do another 61. So until the next episode of Grindhouse Purgatory, or whatever we're going to start calling this thing, because like I said, unfortunately the magazine is no more. Probably as of this recording here. So sad, but other things are going to happen. Another magazine's going to take its place. There'll be things happening in 2022, trust me. So until next time, thanks for subscribing. Stay safe. Stay safe. That's the whole thing. Stay safe. All this shit going on, how's anybody stay safe? But try to stay safe, and we'll see you on the flip side.